Everybody, it's Saturday morning. My name is Ose and we're heading to Scotland to play Farm Sim 17 on Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire. And as usual, let's figure out what we need to do today. Fields look okay. Did we plant those yesterday? I think we did. No, they're still oilseed radish. Okay. Okay, what day is it? It's mid-spring. I don't think we can do anything with those two fields yet, because I want soybeans and corn. Sorry, 4 fields. So we won't be planting those right now. So, what else is there to do? It's going to rain today. That's awesome. We could sell stuff. I think the soybeans are coming into season for sale. Check on that. Next page. Soybeans. Oh, no. We have a good few days to go before we even want to consider selling soybeans. Everything got fertilized. So how are the animals? Sheeps need water and hay or grass. We have hay. Jump over to the sheep farm. Now last time we sold the Valtra. No, what did we have here? The Lindner. So now we are going Case. And this isn't a particular fast tractor anyway, but it has a little bit more power than the Lindner did, so we can drag that water tank behind us. Put that down. That's too much. Okay. I guess we'll take 2 bales. Let's see how we do. Gonna have to be very careful, or we could throw them all on the floor. Gently does it. How's the wall doing? Okay, we have 2 full pallets and we're on our 3rd already. No! Oh, we're on our 4th already. I'm going to have to move those very, very quickly. As soon as that 4th one's filled up, we won't get any more wool. Hi sheep, I have food. And they took both of them. Yep, they did. Okay. Been playing so much Farm Sim 19, I forgot about all the mods we got running and how much easier things can be. More than a tank of this stuff. Sheeps, stay out. go. Selected anyway. It's funny how quickly you get used to using new interfaces. I'm looking top left of the screen to see which piece of equipment was selected there. And of course, it's part of the panel right under the speedometer. So, move on. There we go. Okay, let's move these pallets out of the way. What I'm going to do is just move 2 of them so that this, I'm pretty sure it doesn't spawn to the right of where they are at the moment. Picked up. Oh no, that's way too high. Let's try that again. Oh, that's not good. Okay. So back up. Let's try that again. Got it. Was I putting them in here? Might have been. But we don't need the tree planting kit, so I can put them in here. Oh, I just noticed it started raining. Well, there we go. You get. Thank you. Oh, I knocked that pallet. That might be bad. Normally, if you knock a pallet, it's going to treat it as finished. So any new wool that spawns is going to spawn in a new pallet, which is a bit of a shame. A little. Oh, come on, off you go. Go, go, go. Nope. Okay, we're going to finish off the water. So how's the water for the sheep? I'm guessing 2,000 is probably going to be sufficient. Sheep do we have now? 151. How fast are we getting them? Whoa, less than 5 hours per sheep. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm not going to bother with any more. Mind the sheep. So I've come to notice in Farm Sim 19 that animals like sheep and cows, you can affect the breed rate by what you buy. So if you buy all white sheep, you get a counter for the length of time until the next white sheep is born. But if you split it 50-50 between, say, white sheep and black sheep, white sheep with black faces, it will take a longer time to breed a white sheep and a longer time to breed a white sheep with black face. So you kind of have to watch that. If you want your herds to grow quickly, buy everything the same. If you want to slow down the rate of birth, then mix them. Buy different of each. And if you only buy one white sheep, then it's going to take ages for your white sheep, or it's going to take ages for that one sheep to breed another white sheep. Same with chickens, and I presume same with cows. Okay, I need to swing all the way around for this. That turn, okay. Times like this, I wish the farm had either automatic lights or a master light switch, so you could just turn everything on from one place. And that'll do. Okay. And the lights don't turn off, which is apparently a fix in Farm Sim 19 2.2. I kind of like the fact that you turn the engine off, all the lights turn off. Apparently they decided that wasn't how they wanted it to be, so once the 1.2 patch drops, supposedly the tractor lights will stay on even if you turn the engine off. Oh good, we didn't knock that sufficiently enough that it's counted as moved and won't spawn full. So that's the animals taken care of. What else can we do? 5 eggs, not really worth it. Oh, I bought that field already. Wow, I do not recall doing that. So we are pretty much in a holding pattern. Oh, yeah, I don't want to run into the tanks. Let's turn a light on. There we go. I can see where we're going. Yeah, we have 1.36 million litres of silage there. No, back there. Well, what happened? Oh, hit the wrong button. Now let's run over here and see how much digestate we have. Digestate fill level 56%. I might wait and leave it until we bring grass in first. Oh, I just noticed it's nighttime. That's why it's so dark. Okay, we will go till dawn. Still making lots of money from milk. I'm guessing the milk income drops during the summer because technically that's the cow breeding time, so they don't have as much milk available. Is the only explanation I've got. Okay, we want to... Cows and pigs are still good. They still have a ton of straw. So today is the 4th day of spring. It will rain later. But right now, we're going to start with this tractor. Because tomorrow I want to start planting these fields with corn and soybeans. We'll get starting it on the cultivation today. So here, the usage of a cover crop. If I jump down back to the map and go here, you'll see this field here is still in a state 1 of growth and has 1 level of fertilization on it. What am I doing? Unfolding. Lower the cultivator. Let's turn some lights on. I missed the corner. Now I know my old class tractor will pull 180 with this, no trouble. This turns tighter than the cultivator's capable of. Oh, I'm not making these turns very good. This tractor not as easy as the Class 920 I'm using. Leaving way too many holes in the field. Also not using GPS for this. Good time of day because I have the sun glaring in my eyes at the moment. It's kind of hard to see the screen. Side here. Again. Darn. Definitely need to get back into practice of doing this by hand instead of by GPS. Since we don't have GPS available in FS19, I need to make sure that I can do this again I mean, obviously when I started playing Farm Sim 17 2 years ago, this took practice and I got reasonably good at it. Although that and the compass mod at the top, which shows me which direction I'm heading in, can make doing it this way a little easier as well. Okay, now I need to get this thing lined up. Sorry. Might just go back down this line again. Don't drift too far over. Bit. Off we go again. Too high north again. I know I really don't have to do that, although running a cultivator, apart from the 66 litres of fuel an hour that I'm using, doesn't cost me any more money. No, that's way too far over. Okay. That's probably a better line. Oh, actually, that's a little bit too close. There we go. Looks like there's a bit more grass on this side to do the turn, so I won't need to back up quite so much at all. Great demand for corn, okay. I do think I have some of that, but I don't think I want to use too much of it. Well, see, now it's mid-spring. We'll be planting corn either tomorrow or day 6, which then means about 12 days I will have more corn. And I doubt I'm going to go through all the corn that I have before I'm able to harvest it. So I could sell a little bit, maybe a truckload. I'll have to see about that. Oh, yeah. Note, please lower cultivator before proceeding along the field. There we go. In some ways it's almost like trying to fly an aeroplane. You've got a checklist, make sure everything works before you take off. And you always follow the checklist, you don't deviate, because if something falls off while you're in the air, you're going to fly like a brick. Cultivator, turn round. Yes, see, this is crabbing, which probably isn't good for the tyres, the steering, or anything else. Lower the cultivator, proceed. The other option I have is possibly to turn off the four-wheel steering. And that might make the tractor, the turn, a little bit more conducive to front-wheel steering. Let's have that a go. But we may not now overturn the capabilities of the hitch on the cultivator. We shall see. That's a little bit more reasonable. Hey Pi, how you doing? Oh, did I leave that too? No, that's good. So next weekend we are due to have the foster kids over for a visit, or former foster kids over for a visit, which either means I won't be streaming or won't be streaming as much on Friday and Saturday. And if I do stream, it might be a bit noisy because one of them's under 2 years old, so he tends to make a lot of noise to get attention. Morning, Rescue Squad. Okay. Now in a game when I'm not using seasons, I usually wouldn't bother with this cover crop because it delays the length of time, or yeah, it delays the speed at which I can harvest, because obviously with a normal crop, as soon as you harvest you can prepare the field and you want to get that crop into the ground so it starts growing immediately. And I don't need to leave the field not growing something that's going to make me money. And this crop doesn't make me money, but it does save me money on fertilizer, because it's not it doesn't use a lot of seed when you plant it, and seed is cheaper than solid fertilizer and liquid fertilizer. In seasons, because I can't grow anything over winter, and basically since I planted this field I seeded oilseed radish because there was nothing else that would grow on it over the winter period, and I don't need, I can't plant corn until tomorrow. It's kind of, well, I might as well have this in the field because it provides me with a level of fertilization, which I would other have to pay a lot more for. Sorry, otherwise have to pay a lot more for. But currently in Farm Sim 19 there is no seasons, so I want to get a new crop into the ground as soon after harvesting as possible. In a multiplayer server I would have the harvester running around with a person driving a tractor and trailer or tipper to haul the stuff away. I would have another tractor with a cultivator on the back following me around cultivating the field, and then I'd have a fourth player running around with a seeder. So it's almost, the seed is in the ground before I've completed harvesting the entire field. And that's kind of a way to maximize your income. But with seasons, you're driven by the season. I can't plant a growing crop will not, a monetary crop will not grow during the winter months. So, kind of why bother putting any in the ground? With the geo I'm playing on, there is one harvest a year, from late summer through to late fall. and then between late fall and early spring the ground kind of is unusable. It's not going to make me money, so if it's not going to make me money, it might as well save me money. Let's lift that. Let's go and get this bit over here. Okay, this tractor's definitely performing better with front wheel steering only. So I'll try and get that bit on the top left of the field. I will leave the gate open because I'm going to want the planter running around tomorrow. Go. I'll need to fold that up to get it through the gates. So now this field number 4 has 2 levels of fertilization by cultivating that crop into the ground. Now technically you can cultivate any crop into the ground. On Farm Sim 19 I bought 2 fields with cotton in, and I didn't have the money to harvest, to lease or buy the harvester, so I cultivated the crop in. Now one of them, the field was already cultivated, had just been harvested, so cultivating the ground was like what I'm doing here, just preparing it for the seeder to run through. But the other one the crop was growing, and because it was growing, that means that it counted as sort of vegetable matter, and I got a free level of fertilization from just spreading it into the ground. So you're not limited to oilseed radish, it's just that oilseed radish is not a cash crop, so you might as well that's its job. But if you've got a crop in the ground that you really don't want, like that field had beets in it, I think, I could have said, well, I don't want any more beets, I can't be bothered with the hassle of doing beets, so I'll just harvest, I'll just fertilize, cultivate it all into the ground, and hey look, the field's 1 level of fertilization. Really shouldn't let the tractor roll with me not in it. So we've got 2 fields here, and then field number 2 at the bottom. So that's 3 and 16, 26. At least I think it's 20. Hang on. Maybe it's not 26. Stop. Oh no, it's 3, 32 and 33. I don't need to be up here. Oh, we could go through and just do 32, 33. that field is nice and green here. It's certainly not oilseed radish green. Okay, so that's that. Honestly, can't recall what this is. Maybe soybeans, maybe canola. Oh, I left the gate open. That was convenient. Take it to the left side of this island because I'm not sure I've got the turn circle to get between the gates if I don't come at least marginally straight. Okay. Change the angle of view because I want to open this up. Stop. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so it's this field and the one directly in front of us. Let's turn this around now. To clear the area close to the gate as well. Missed a bit planting here. bit at the end here. So we'll get that on this run through. For the most part, my coverage has been better on this field than it was on the last one. Of these fields I'll get done before nightfall. Okay, I'm going to take another trip along the side of this field. So the gap between the field edge and that wall is very, very close. I believe this cultivator is about 24 metres, or it's 12 metres, so it's giving me approximately, let's say 20 metres of extra space to turn around in. And get that straightened out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So the stream this Thursday is going to be multiplayer American Truck Simulator. Because of that, I'm going to need to level up a character so he's at least somewhat usable in that stream. So I may stream some American Truck Simulator over the next few days, just so I can level him up. Didn't actually have to go down this bit. Now we've got a really wide margin to turn around in. Okay. Well, since I turned the all-wheel steering off on this tractor, I'm coming to like it. That way I'm going to put as many hours on this thing as I have on the 920, 940, whatever it is. I'm fairly certain, looking at the state of the cultivator, I'll be able to check how the tractor looks. While I like these class tractors, they're very nicely done by, I believe it's Smetty. The one gripe I do have with them is that they don't do dirt that well. They have what I call magic green paint, which doesn't show up any dirt at all. It just slides off. Whereas if you look at something like the Valtras or some of the other tractors I have, if they did this job, they would just be caked in dirt by the end of it. As far as mods go, these are the class series are a nice set of tractors. So is the harvester I have as well, Lexion 700. And considering the size this farm's getting now, I suppose there's the Case IH and there's also the New Holland CR1090, I believe. The Case kind of fits in just below those two. Did I say Case? And Class fits just below the Case in the New Holland. I'm going to miss this farm once I'm completely done with it. But I am enjoying playing Farm Sim 19. I think it's a bit more of a challenge than this game, because the money is definitely harder to come by. Obviously I haven't got a farm with 450 hours in it, but I can compare it to this one. I think we're closer to 480 now. There is that, yes. I mean, gameplay-wise, I'm enjoying it. I think of the 3 maps that they gave us for Farm Sim 19, I'd probably like Felsbrunn the best. But I'd put the most hours into Ravenport. because I play that when I'm not streaming. And sometimes I'm, I want to watch a movie or catch up with someone's streams or YouTube videos. So when I'm doing that, I'll be playing Ravenpool. And I'm kind of trying to build the money up in that. I started it on easy mode, so the money is easier to come by. But it allows me to explore more of the functionality of Farm Sim 19 than the two farms I'm streaming at the moment. Obviously, with the gameplay on Felsbrunn, I did a start from scratch, and a lot of the work I'm doing is contract work, so you get to see more of the big equipment that, frankly, unless you're going to cheat the money in, you can't start, you can't afford at the start. At least not and buy fields. It's gonna be a while before I get a farm with what I'd consider more mature vehicles. I'll probably play Oldstream Farm a lot when it comes out on Farm Sim 19, because I did like that map in 17. But you're not going to see anything the size of this tractor on Oldstream, because frankly the roads are too narrow and the fields are too small to be able to drive through them. So it's going to be small equipment, and eventually you get bored with small equipment. But it kind of does allow me to explore other small equipment in the game, which ordinarily I wouldn't normally. You get your starting tractor, you play your starting tractor, and then as you get more money, you'll upgrade that usually to at least a medium tractor. And so, it's almost like playing World of Warships. You play a tier 1 ship 2 times, and that's enough experience to get into a tier 2 ship. And you play that 3 times, and that's enough experience to get into a tier 3 ship. So you never play tiers 1 and 2 again. Now the difference between something like World of Warships and Farm Sim is obviously I have to play the tier 1 ship to unlock the tier 2 ship to unlock the tier 3 ship. So at least I have some experience in each of them. But in Farm Sim, I need a small tractor. Okay, I'll buy this one. Like two of the farms I started with the Valtra N, because it has the most expansion capability, up to 201, 203 horsepower thereabouts. So I can keep it for longer than I can, say, Massey Ferguson 5000 series, because that's going to top out 140 maybe horsepower. So I'm going to need a bigger tractor sooner. If I select the Massey as my starting tractor. Same with the small Fendt 300. It's not going to be long before I need a bigger tractor. But then why would I play with any of the other starting tractors once I've got past the point of needing a larger tractor? I mean, even on this farm, it's not like I've had a lot of tractors. I started with a Fendt 300, that's gone. I started with the Massey 5600, that's gone. No. Is that gone? No, I've kept that as my my small field tractor, so it's got narrow wheels and does all the fertilising with the spray. I had a JCB 3000, that's gone. I had the 7000, that's gone. The class I had from the start, and that was my one big extravagance when I started this farm up, was I was going to have a huge, or comparatively huge tractor, 380 horsepower, which for most of the equipment I had was way above spec. But when running the mowing equipment, it was needed because of some of the slopes on the grass field at the bottom of the map. The Lindner, I had that from the start, that's gone. I bought a Valtra T, which I've still got, and I bought the Case 1455 XL, but that was because the Lindner just didn't have enough power to hitch that 2,000 litre water tank on the back, which is a bit of a shame, because you know, the 7,300 water trailer doesn't take any serious horsepower to move it around, but the Lindner was that 2,000 litre tank that's mounted to the back of the tractor. There's something wrong with the weight on that, I think. It's almost like the water inside it weighs 10 times what it should do. But then again, yeah, I'm late in, you know, the life cycle, beyond the life cycle of Farm Sim 17. It's been replaced already. And as I said, I haven't played a Case 1455 XL since it first came out. And that was the default starting tractor on almost every map. So yeah, I had 2 on Goldcrest. I think I played Sosnovka very, very briefly, but I think they had one there. And then most of the modders who bought out maps included a Case 1455 XL. I don't know why. You know, when you have the choice of all those tractors, you always start off with that one. I mean, yes, I know it's in the game, but why not pick the Massey 56 or the Fendt 300, or even something a little bit different? So of course, once I got going, it was a case of, if I start a map and it's, you know, my tractor is a Case 1455 XL, that's the first thing I sell. Because it's sort of, yeah, I played this every single map for the first 6 months. It's time to play with something different. Occasionally I'd use a mod tractor, because that was something completely different. But other times I just decide on a theme. So this is going to be Fendt Farm, I'm going to buy a Fendt 300. This is going to be a New Holland farm, so I'll buy a T5 or a T6. Just so it's different. Oh, that was the other one. It was the New Holland that was once a Ford and became a, you know, rebadged to New Holland. What is that tractor? This one, the 8340. That was the usual starting tractor, and then the Case 1455 XL. But yeah, you got the Agrostar, you got the Forterra, the Hurleyman, which I used on my Seasons Oldstream Farm example. That's a really nice starting tractor. Nobody bothers with it. Proxima, Massey I've already said, T5, T6, the steer, don't know what that one is. Obviously Tiny Hurleman not quite so much use, because it's got way too small horsepower to be the only tractor you have on the farm. Okay, once again I'm going to leave the gates open on this field. Because we're going to be running the planter through there tomorrow. Possibly. There's the peaks. My tiny trees. Now, because the planter I have is includes a fertilizer, solid fertilizer spread, I will not have to fertilise any of these fields again. I can't actually remember what I had in this field last time. I think it was corn. So we'll probably throw soybeans in this field and the other one closest to this farm. Yeah, this field and the one directly north of it, the one we just did with the cultivator. And then the two farms closest to the cow farm I'll put, or the two fields closest to the cow farm, I'm going to put corn in. And that's going to have to be foraged and shipped up to the BGA, because I have no spare silos on this farm in which to put the silage, or in which to brew the silage. How are we doing? Okay, we've been going probably a bit more than an hour now. Oh, and the forecast definitely says it's going to rain soon. Oh, great demand for corn again. That's two of them active. This is what our tractor's like inside. Does it have... Yes, it does. So this one defaults with the steering wheel right in front of your face. Oh. And it just gives us the door. With the 900 series, the steering wheel defaults to folded away from you. I think the other problem with finding the maps boring on Farm Sim 19 is because, well, every streamer is playing those 3 maps, so there isn't any variety between, as far as maps is concerned, between the streamers. Obviously their styles are different, and maybe if they're not using the easy mode, whatever that's called, then they're going to choose different fields from other streamers and YouTubers, but they're all going to the same shop, and they're also all going to the same sell points, so everything ends up in the same place. It's going to be a little bit more interesting when more maps come out, because then, once they start producing, which I don't think is going to happen in a big way until probably late winter, early spring, so around about February, March time. But once the map makers start producing maps, there's going to be far more variety than one person is able to do them all justice. So you're going to have to be selective about, which map am I doing, how many weeks am I doing it for. Because, if you run a stream per day on one map, you're going to have, or a YouTube video per day on one map, your 20 episodes is 5 weeks, 4 weeks, so that's one map per month. If you divide your time up, then you're going to be, if you do 2 maps and alternate days, it's still going to be, you're doubling the time. It's 2 months. So, if 4 maps come out in February, you can do one of them justice. Unless you're streaming for 2-3 hours, in which case you could maybe do one per, a different one per day. But I'm not streaming 7 days a week, and I don't know that anybody else is either. We all need time off. We all have familial responsibilities. So, I stream Saturday morning because my wife's sleeping, and then as soon as she wakes up, it's time to go shopping, buy the groceries for the week. And, I also want to go and see a movie sometime. But, we might have to do that today, because the kids are around next week, and then you're pretty much into Christmas. And the pre-Christmas movie releases. And frankly, I'm not into big crowd. I mean, some of the best movies I've seen have been with a packed movie theatre. At least back when I was a lot younger. I can't remember which movie it was, but we got to the end of it and the entire audience stood up and applauded. There were no actors there, there were no film producers there, but they wanted to show their appreciation, and obviously everyone in that movie theatre felt that was a really good movie and money well spent. But for the most part, if there's a packed movie theatre, it's hot, it's uncomfortable, and I just don't enjoy that kind of movie experience. Lately, most of the movies I've gone to see, there's about 10 people in there at most. Seems most people just aren't going to the movies. I watch a lot of movies, and some of them you really need to go and see at the movie theatre. I mean, if you've got young kids and you want to show them the original Star Wars story, that needs to be done justice. That needs to be done at a large movie screen. I saw that movie in an old theatre which could seat, I believe, about 1,000 people, and the screen was huge. So as the movie opened, and you you have a little ship fly across the screen, and then there's all the laser bolts flying past it, and then the Star Destroyer comes on the screen from effectively behind you, and that whole experience where you're just sitting there and saying, okay, this thing's big, this thing is really big, this thing is huge, that little ship doesn't stand a hope in heck. And that sort of experience, you don't get that on a TV screen. So to be done justice, there are some movies that if the first time you see them really should be done at a large screen movie theatre. But most of them these days you can watch on a TV screen and it doesn't really detract, because I think most of them think, well, people are going to be watching our movies for the most part on Netflix or some other streaming service. As far as compact map goes, this is kind of compact, but not entirely, I would say. The fields, the roads are typical UK tight for large machinery. The fields, however, are quite big, so you can get away with using big machinery. However, if I expanded over to what have we got out there? If I expanded the farm up to fields 11, 12, 13, 14, right at the top, middle of the map, I would have to start building machinery sheds up there, because I wouldn't relish getting the class from my farm up to, or my farm buildings up to that farm with all of the traffic. It's not going to be an easy trip. But while all my fields are centred around and south of the main Lawfolds complex, it's not such a big deal getting around the map. The only things I have going outside is is picking up stuff from the store or selling stuff, and the selling stuff is done by my trucks, which are built for the roads that the local roads here. Old Streams was a little bit more interesting because you had to venture out, because the entire network of fields was all over the local village. So you really were limited to small equipment and preferably equipment that hitched directly to the back of the tractor on the 3-point, rather than tailed equipment like this is, which is hauled behind you, because you want to be able to very carefully control where the thing you're dragging along goes. You need to be able to back it up efficiently. This cultivator is probably fairly easy to reverse because the wheel is so far back on the frame. But there's some equipment where the wheel's in the middle of the frame and you have to reverse it very, very gently, if you like. You know, minor adjustments, because otherwise it's just going to jackknife. How are we doing? Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to slow time down again. Guessing the morning of day 5 we're going to have the pigs and cows needing to be fed, and managed it. And then I'll take the Axiom over to the cow farm and get the planter and start that ploughing, plant that seeding. This will run over to the last field and cultivate the last of the oilseed radish into the ground. Certainly come fall, it'll be nice to have this tractor run alongside the other class. So doing something like this on a small farm is not quite so easy. These fields are big, so once I've cleared the edge off, there is room to manoeuvre this big equipment around. What are we doing? 10:30. Don't quite need the lights on yet, but it's getting darker. Windshield wipers. That's cool. peppers at the back. Down on this field. I think time needs to get to 8 o'clock before I can skip the night. Once we're done here, probably park this tractor up at the bottom of the field. Move the other class over to the cow farm and hitch it up to the seed planter. Give me a chance to gauge how much seed and fertilizers in it. Skip the night and finish off the planting. Oh, we've got 1.5 hours on this thing already. So that just confirms that the vehicle usage time is real time, not game time. because we've been running this tractor for about 12 hours game time. And I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. Oops, missed a bit. Whoops, missed another bit. Also going to need to mow some grass in probably 2 days, so I kind of want as much of the planting done tomorrow as I can get. Typically get a partial cut, maybe 66% cut at the end of spring, which lets me at least restock some of the animal needs, and then anything left over I'll cut as grass and bale it and wrap it and take it off to the BGA to brew. Late summer cut is pretty much 100% silage bales for sale at the BGA, and then the fall cut is topping up anything that I might be short of to last me the next 6 months, because there won't be a grass harvest from the end of fall to the beginning of summer almost. Bit up there. I think I missed. I think I was going too fast before the yes, cultivator dropped. There we go. Got that one. Need to get those two. What does that look like? So that one's done. That one looks like it's done. There's a strip there. Oh, that looks like a couple there too. That bit there definitely needs to be fixed. See it. Okay, you're not going to worry about 2 little dots and stuff. Actually, it's kind of looking dirty. That's nice. We'll turn the lights off and jump over to this one. this one has 113 hours on it. Chainsaws don't work on grass, but that does. Okay, 67% growth. I don't think we'll end up with 100% on that field. Or that pasture, should I say. I really want to avoid running on it, because that will destroy the grass that I'm looking for. Okay, and this field up ahead is the last field that I need to cultivate the oilseed radish into. It's the second shed I want. Yep. And we want the bush cedar planter. And we have lots of seed, not so much fertilizer, but I'm not sure that's a problem. We are going to have to run some seed out to this halfway through. Let's get that set up too. 29 hours, 66 hours. Let's go with that one. Actually sure I refilled this on camera. I did take this down to the store and filled it with almost, well, I filled it with 10,000 litres of seed. Unfortunately it lost one because issues. Sometimes when you fill a seeder or a trailer or something, you lose the first litre of stuff that you put in it. And that's generally what happens here. So ideally, if you're using something like this as a seed tender, it's a good idea to not let it run empty before you restock it. Grief, that sun's come out again. Now the issue I have with the planters, since it's based on real life stuff, is they don't hold enough seed when compared with the fertiliser that they hold. I could do about 3 or 4 fields of fertiliser, but maybe only one with the seeder or the seed supply. So you have to run around behind them with some method to refill the seed tanks. And obviously this is my chosen method. And it doesn't have to be a truck, it can be an auger trailer or a seed tender. I think there appears to be issues with the FarmSim 19 seed tender. Okay, here we are. I'll sit outside the field at this stage. $7:46. So, quick check on status of stuff. That field still needs to be... Oh, I didn't buy that. Okay, I was wondering what was up with that field, but no, I didn't buy that one. Should I think about it? I could buy it. It's wheat. If I bought that, that would provide me with more wheat. I've got wheat coming off of 38 as well. How much is it? Fully discounted, 273. That's most of my money. Might wait a while before we do that one. So, in. Nope. So the other thing I wanted to check was the prices. Okay, soybean prices, middle of summer. So 2, 4, 6, 8. It's about 5 days before we're going to be selling soybeans anytime. Bump the time up and then skip the night. Okay, dawn is before 6. Let's do that. That is a 940. So, corn selected. Lid down. I'm going to set that off on a worker and check status of animals. Wow. Animals drinking lots of water, and we do need everything but straw on everybody. Okay. You are a Valtra. sheep need more water, which I'm surprised about. Well, I don't know. Oh my goodness, we've got 158 sheep. Might actually be a good idea to sell some. So cow water all filled up. So yeah, this might be a heavy tractor, but there is no problem rolling this water tank around, whereas the 1455 and the Linda had huge problems with far less water in a tank hard mounted to the back of the tractor. That's the issue, and that'll be down to the it's either the tank mod, or it's a bad interaction between the tank mod and the real fuel usage mod. Now I should have some in here, so I'll pull this out and empty this. I'll mix some more right at the end. We also need to cut some grass somewhere. We are due to rain later in the day, so I don't want to be running around with bales of straw or hay when that's happening. So I will leave that there. Crown Big X Class Serian. I need to move this tractor and get it working. Again, try and avoid driving on grass that I'm going to cut tomorrow. Okay, the cow achievements is breed 20 cows. The pig achievements is breed 50 pigs. Now at the moment the cows ain't breeding because it's too early in the season. They breed during the summer months. The sheep breed during the spring months. Oh, let's try and line that up again. The pigs breed through spring through fall. So breeding 50 pigs shouldn't be too much of an issue as the time goes on. Let's see, we have 120 pigs at the moment. I'm figuring probably less than 30 more pigs and we'll be done with that one. I think the cows are 3 more, but it could be 8 more. If it's 8 more, we'll have to go another year. I'm pretty sure it's less than 6. And I've just got 4.5 hours for every sheep produced. What I'll do is I'll stock up the water and the hay, and then I'll take the animal transports over to the sheep and load it up once. time. And let that one go off on its own. This is pig farm area. So this is my small field tractor. I mean, even at flat out, I'm using 20 litres of fuel, where that Zarian's using 60 to 70. Then we'll jump over to the class and the case, and top up the sheep. So animal table manner's running, so I don't have to clean up after the animals. And there we go, I'm going to need to top that up. Took me ages to figure out where all the water supply points were and how to use them, especially on the cow farm, because the water supply is right next to the gas tank. And so you pull up to the water supply and you hit the fill button and it fills your tractor up with gas, which okay, that's not what I wanted, but thank you for that. Once again, this trailer has, what is it? It's a rearward mounted axle, so it's a little bit easier to control in reverse. The water. Okay, let's fill this sucker up. Yes, I kind of figure by the end of what will be year 5 on this farm, I will have completed every single achievement. The issue is you have the achievements run on a single save game, so it doesn't matter which save game you play, but you know, obviously the sheep breeding has to be done on one save. You can't say, oh, I've got 10 on this one and 10 on this one and 10 on this one, so that's 30. Doesn't work like that. Oh, wrong button. That's way too much. And obviously, since I've been playing this save for the longest, it makes sense to finish off those achievements on this game. No, the achievements system doesn't tell you how close you are, unlike something like the Steam achievements, which say, you know, you're at 30 of 15 done on this. Well, no, not so much Steam. Civilization. If you play Civilization, you know, you need to do this stuff 10 times, and it'll say you've done it once, you've done it twice. On this game, it just tells you what the achievement is, and then it'll tell you when you've achieved it. but nothing in between. So Syrian's cultivating, and the Axion is 44% fertilizer. I might have made a mistake. So 55% seed. This is where something like the glance mod really comes in useful. Is I can see when those tractors, especially the seeding tractor, is going to be full, and that I'll need to go and empty, sorry, and I'll need to go and tend to it. And similar with the harvesters, you can see when they're nearly full. I'm going to take some canola. That's too much. I'm tipping the wrong way. I pressed the wrong button. Tip side left, there we go. Oh, hang on. Ah! Okay. So, parking in the gate, not such a great plan. What I had noticed and hadn't registered was that it was telling me that the class Axion was blocked. Okay, corn. Oh, we got 73,000 of that too. That. 2,500 needed. Okay. that lined up. Let's try that up in bit again. Okay, that's lined up. And that's lined up. Okay. We'll probably only use about 250 of these. I think I've got another 30 crates in one of the barns. Should be the pigs. They've got a lot of manure. That's going to come in handy come fall. And the fields need fertilising again. Check. Let's make sure. So, pigs are fully happy, and we'll have another one in 3.5 hours. See, the sheep are breeding faster than the pigs. So, I might even take 2 trailer loads of sheep to the market. Okay, that's the next one. See, that's the problem with the front loader, is the first thing it does as you start lifting is it moves away from the tractor slightly, which is why you tend to end up knocking over bales with it. How are we doing for wool? That's another big question. Oh my goodness. We are almost definitely going to have to move that. I don't know if wool will spawn in those 2 spots. Suppose we could wait and find out. Excuse me, sheep. Oh, just walking through your water. I don't know. So that should be sheep full of grass. Hay, yes. Water, I'm going to have to run this tank twice. Got a slow unload too. used. We only got 26% seed left on the seeder. Yeah, we're going to need to fill that up. This is where the Lindner was good, because you could turn really tightly. That's why, kind of why I wanted to get the water tank on the back rather than the trailer, because with the four-wheel steering of the Lindner, you outturned the capabilities of your trailer. Having the tank mounted on the back, it doesn't matter how tightly the tractor can turn. You're not going to stress the hitch. So probably half of this tank needed for the rest of the sheep trough. Yeah, same to you, sheep. That uses all of the tractor's power to run the water tank. I was wrong. It's going to need a lot more than half the tank. All of it. Not quite all of it. The sheep. So, sheep and pigs are done. The wool I need to move, so I'd probably run over and get the pallet fork in preparation for that. I want to see if I can get 6 pallets of wool in that spawn point, or whether it's just too small. I do have a weight there. Okay. That's all ready for when it tells me there's no room for wool. And I'll just plant that there. So how full that sheep thing? Okay, that last one's 87%, so it's not going to be long before it reaches 100. Still 2 hours for that. Okay, we need to go and deal with the cows. How's the seeder doing? Oh, he's nearly out. And he's still doing his seedy stuff. So let's take this out there. How are we doing? Okay, he's not quite near done. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we're going to run out halfway across the field. How's the other tractor doing? Yeah, we're going to have to go back and help with some of this. But for the most part, this one's nearly done. Okay, open that up and let's get out there. Helpery has stopped work unexpectedly. Yes, indeed. Now I could get by that and just say, hey, purchase seed yourself. The problem is that tends to cost way more than buying seed. Well, yeah, that augur's a little bit longer. There we go. And that doesn't take long at all to fill up. So fold the auger away and let's take this off the field. So it's entirely possible that we're not going to have enough seed. That's the engine still running. Close the lid. Back up very, very slightly and tell the worker to get on with it. That's our next job. What have I got on the front of here? Nothing. Okay. About time we put something on the front of here. Not exactly convenient. Okay. 2 of those. Oops. 1 straw and then switch to the bucket. Okay, we have 4 straw bales left. But I'm fairly certain we've got enough straw to last us till the beginning of summer. And we might have to buy some more. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Okay. And then about 2.5 buckets of silage. The only hassle with doing it this way is you have to keep changing implements on the front of the tractor. With bales, you just need the bale fork and you're good to go. I have done silage mixing completely loose before. That I discovered that you can't pour straw into a mixer. You might be able to pour straw into this mixer because it's a mod. But using a hay loft where you can pour hay and you can pour straw into a trailer, you can pour the hay into this mixer, but you can't pour the straw. Done. Should do fine. There we go. Kind of want to limit your forward and back driving to sorry, when you've got the bucket fully raised, you kind of want to limit yourself to just going forwards and backwards straight. You don't want to be making turns because you've got a lot of weight very high up, which makes the tractor unstable. And now you need a little bit more. Now we won't need all of this bucket. And the other problem is I need to put the bales in first because the silage is the only variable weight I can match with. The bales are always 4,000 litres. So, not a full tank, but oops, close enough. Sorry for not a full bucket. Helper E has completed their task. I wonder which one Helper E was. Okay. And I have, okay, silage in the bucket, 1952, 22,000 litres of stuff in the back. Yes, that's the right way to turn the wheel. Oh, it's going to tell me which one's finished, isn't it? So Ian's still cultivating. Oh, it's the planting tractor that's done. That's probably a better place to park it. Oh, I've only got one bale of hay left. Darn. Okay, that's the problem. That's going to entail a trip to the sheep farm. Oh, wrong. There we go. Well, I suppose, let's have a look. That's very close to a full load of silage, so TMR. So maybe JCB are on sale. That's nice. I don't need any. One of the things I will do is from field 1, the grass there, I will run it out as hay and restock this shed. Helper A has completed their task. Okay, that's the cultivating job done as well. Okay, that's one bale of hay. So since I'm harvesting grass tomorrow, I'm not going to worry about unloading this TMR mix. I'll just put this straight back in the shed. Also going to need to buy some straw bales, I think, because again, don't have enough. Well, I got 2, which is good for 2 more wagon loads. But they also need straw for bedding, and I don't think the pigs have any either. I have to check that. That does not look like a good mix. No, that is, well, too much straw and not enough silage. So let's back up, get this parked up. Getting better at this old reversing and parking thing. From that back wall thing. Okay, that's done. Pull forwards and park this thing up too. At least for now. We've got to get the field work done, and it's about to start raining. Shut that off. Where's the planting tractor? Right there. How did you do? Oh, you got the end. Okay. We can fold that up. Fold that up is that button there. We need to start the tractor as well. Pull the truck out as well. I'll park behind that and follow it. So, checking that out, we have just planted sealed field 4 with corn and fully fertilised. Truck. Let's get that started. So this field is done until harvest, which for corn will not be until late fall. Maybe mid-fall if I'm lucky. So we can close that gate so that we don't get any cows wandering in accidentally. Not that they can. So this field here, tractors anyway, is also going to be corn, but we're not finished with the cultivation. So we'll head back to the main farm and plant those 2 fields with soybeans. I missed a patch of stuff. Oh, the trees are grown. Wow. Okay, no taking liberties with that turn. Those are now real tree that you can crash into, as opposed to saplings which you can drive through. Wow. Might be time to go and check the trees up by the EGA. Okay, I'm going to go around the farm building for the same reason I did with the Zerian and cultivator, because it's easier to enter that field straight. Park this here. That should be far enough away that it doesn't interfere with the classes. Is it that one or is it? It's that one. Okay. Let's close the lid on that again. Okay. Of course, it will be easier to load this with fertiliser if we need to, because we've got the fertiliser auger wagon at this farm. Okay, I will put that there, unfold it. And then I'll put that on a worker. Oh, I just planted that field with corn. Oh well. Okay, this will be a cornfield. I am going to take a quick bathroom break and then I'll be back so you can watch the tractor do its thing. Okay, I'm back. Had a bit of a snack too. Seems the worker likes to drive this with all-wheel steering on. Okay, what is it 100%? So we will find out within the next few minutes if we can get 6 pallets or just 4. go back round the loop I've just done, finish off those bits that were missed, and we can clean this up and put it away. Ooh, just in time. Although the line was falling because I missed a bit. Okay, there's a couple of patches along the bottom. I think. Did I get them all? Nope. Okay, lift, fold, clean the equipment, and then we can put it away. Zerian itself, I think, is going to live over at the main farm. Nice and clean. Okay, once again, this goes in the second bay. Okay. So let's zoom the camera in so we can get a closer view of this. Turning that way. Ideally we want to slot this between the plough and the planter. Really just about like that. Okay, so that job is done. This tractor can go home. So, good grief. Already down to 38% seed on that seeder. Doesn't last long. Although I'm not sure corn is a particularly efficient crop when it comes to seed use. To 160 sheep. These sheep are out of control. Over a third of a tank just cultivating those 4 fields. I'm going to stick this in the bay over by the trucks. Okay. I guess we can turn that screen off too. In my mind, that should probably turn off when you turn off the rest of the tractor. Okay, that's everything done here for now. I need to sell some sheep and make some money. What other thing haven't I done that I was planning to do? Need to refill that seed tank on the seeder before we leave. Oh, both trailers are in. Use this one. Go get the other one. Okay, 20% seed left in the tank. In that case, I think we're going to sell some sheep before we do anything else. I think we're going to crash into a wall before we do anything else. Still got 20% of seed in there. has disappeared. So that should mean we have about 5 bales of wool, or pallets of wool currently in production. 4 complete, 1 partial. Oh, I've really messed that up. Oh, let's move over so the car doesn't get so stuck. So we can still turn in there. Yay. So there's enough room for 6 bales of wool there, pallets of wool there. And I need to enter the sheep enclosure, because the loading bay is here. Oh, we're going to be able to sell 20. That's going to be a lot of shepherd's pie. So, back down to 140 sheep. Helper E is blocked. Yeah, you do seem to be, don't you? Check the field layout. Okay. Gonna have to redo that edge. We're gonna have to do this bit, but it looks like we're about on track. So zoom out and check the position. Not too bad. Try and get this straightened up. There we go. So, lower that, turn it on, and off we go. And set the worker off. Okay, here we are, 20 sheep. Again, going to rain soon. not sure whether I want to sell another 20 sheep or not yet. Let's see how much money we make. Okay, corn seeder is going to need refilled imminently. So, 23,000. It's not bad. Get forward and unload the second truck. Of course, what I should have done, and I didn't, let's check how much sheep. Oh, this is a good day to sell sheep. I might actually sell another truckload. 20 more sheep to sell. But first things first. Turn the blinkers off. We need to go and refill. Seed tank on the sour. Where is it? Over there. Over there. I will try and come in from this angle this time. Okay. There we go. And already filled up. See, the seed tank only takes 2,000. It does not take long to empty that. Whereas we're still on 30% of the fertilizer tank. So, engine on and help her go. So, we'll run this off the field. So that should be enough seed for the rest of this field. Easily. So we'll drive this down to the next field, because we are going to need more seed in that tender. Oh, rain is not good, because that means I'm going to have to wait for the grass to dry out later. Okay. Don't have to sell. Okay, I don't have to sell those sheep right now. What I do need to do is get some grass for the cows. Selected. Okay. I stuck them in here. Yep. Okay, that seems to be the problem. There we go. No, backwards. Backwards is a good plan. Swing out that way because there's more room for the mower to clear. Back up too much. What appears to be... oh yes. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to fill this trailer up this time. When that bunker, silage bunker's empty, I will fill the trailer up, feed the cows with grass, and then drop the rest in the silage bunker. But because it's not, and it's a long drive up to the BGA, I'm just going to go with what we've got here. So let's estimate how much grass do the cows need. 672. Meh. Yeah, we could sell some of that. I don't know how long that's going to go for though. So that's 4,000. Probably want about 8,000. We probably should save. Okay. Lower, activate, lower, unfold, activate. Go fetch some grass. Hi cows, since you're completely incapable of eating grass from the ground, I'm going to take your ground grass and put it in the trough, where you'll be happy. Well, we already mowed this area today, this year. Sorry cows, I'm going to run you over. 1,000. Six. Okay. Uncle J has finished their task. It will be seeding. Okay, that's 8,000. Let's put the mower, turn the mower off, lift the mower, fold the mower. We'll run back and collect that strip as well. Since it's cut, it'll either decay or feed cows. Okay, so quick trip around the cow pen with the grass. Unload that and go and close the gate. Guessing they're full. Oh, really? 56 more than we needed. Well, that's going to decay in the trailer. That's just inside. Okay, we have managed to feed the animals. And crash into the wall again. 11 days, 24 hours. This one does not need a service. Put it away. Front loader back because we will we need that? No, we won't need that tomorrow. Grass cutting duty for everybody. So we can just go back in here and wait until that happens. Click. Engine off. Okay, so cows are fed, sheep are fed, pigs are fed. Sheep are still breeding at one every 5 hours, so... Oh, planting. Right there. Clip the gate. We didn't clip it quite so badly that time. Okay. We have this far edge to do, which no, that's going to take more than one pass. So. That's all done. We'll run down to the bottom, finish the bits on this side, and then go and finish the bits near the gate. Yeah, bad practice driving over a field that has just been seeded. Okay, how many bits did we miss? That might be the last bit. No, one more. Okay. So, that's all done. Turn it off, fold it up, and select soybeans. Can actually use the seeder rather than this planter to plant soybeans. This gets us our last stage of fertilisation at the same time, so, and also since we're doing corn anyway, really don't need to be getting planters in and out. Okay. So that was an unexpected field of corn. I will stick this on a worker on this field and then do a run out to the animal wagons, sell another 20 sheep, and then I am going to have to call it a day. What am I doing? Completely messing this up. Okay. Back up. No, rise. Keep. Okay, jump around the back, zoom out so I can see the back, there we go. Okay, we are there, we have soybeans set. Worker, get on with it. Oh, and the clouds are getting muggy, so it's about to start raining. Yep, it's just started raining. So what was that? It's about £20,000 per box of sheep. It's a shame you can't get great demands for sheep and cows and pigs. Back up to 121 sheep. No, sorry, I'm still on 140. 121 pigs. Move the wool bales, wool pallets too sometime soon. I'll shut the gate when we're done here. Okay. Yay, sheeps. fit. Tractor, you're in my way. Still quite a tricky exit, even for a truck this size. Hi Jamie, how you doing? You have joined me just as I'm about to end the stream. I have some sheep to sell and some wall pallets to move. Right now it's a miserable day in Scotland. What happened? No. Okay, let's get out and have a look. Okay, the truck's still in the cell box. That's what happened. No? Oh! I sold the sheep from the back trailer. Okay. Okay. Back. Let's do that. Nope, still not happy. No. No, other way. Okay. Oh, this is quite a large sell point, that's why. Get that rear trailer outside of the marked box. So turn the wheel that way, back up, go, 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 and that should, okay, let's move forward. Yay, there we go, okay, sheep sell. Confirm. Yes. Lots of animals. Wow. 400,000. That's nice. Let's take this stuff back to the main farm. Hope nobody's coming. Good. Okay. So 40 sheep sold, we're down to 120. We're still probably getting about 5 per day. I'm going to leave this at the spawn location, pointing into the farm so that I remember to put them all away. Engine off. Okay, that truck's doing fine. Yeah, probably about a third of the way through that field. Ultra T, don't need to do anything with that. So this thing, we need to move some pallets. Slightly and turn a little bit left and go forwards again. Not enough. Okay. Should not work. Okay. There we go. It's relatively relatively clean lift. Look from the other side. We'll shut them all up a bit. Bunk, bunk. The back one. There we go. So, 2 more to move. Side. Okay. I'm not sure this is going to be as easy because of the grade on the ground. Lined up right. Try again. There we go. And we've got it. Next time we get this many bales, I'll have forgotten that you can get 6 in there. That one's done. And the last one. That looks about right. And that looks about right. Is right. Take the pallet forks off, put the bale forks back on. We can put this one away. Oops. We'll stab the concrete wall with them. So I'll clear up the eggs. So I'm sure there should be some. Okay, how are we doing? So, animals happy, 4 eggs left on the ground. There's one. There's one. I'm not seeing any more. Oh, there was one. One more. Oh. Oh, there wasn't one. Not that it really matters. Okay. We have 56 eggs in our pockets. So, as fields go, this one is getting done. This one's still to... Oh, I've still got to fertilise that one. I should think about that one. Okay, great demand for corn has gone. Yes. Sheep, good day to sell sheep. I was lucky I picked today. Soybeans still working its way up. Wool, where's wool? Wool, second day of summer is usually a good day, although I'm guessing that was a great demand last year. Because typically it looks like it does that, and then during summer drops off, and then builds back up during winter. Okay, let's go check the vehicles. That one. Blah 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 blah. 4 days until it needs a service. 8 days till it needs a service. 3 days till it needs a service. 6. 8, 20, 20, 21. Okay. I'm going to let this thing turn around and then I'm going to end the show for today. Next stream will probably be Sunday evening, but no promises. Failing that, World of Warships Monday at around 7 o'clock. You're done. Engine off. So let's save. What's our other stats for the day? We have used a whole lot of fertilizer. 3 million litres of fertilizer total. Not so much today. A lot of fuel. Almost 4 hours playtime. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Have a good Saturday and the rest of your weekend. And I will catch you either Monday or if I'm on sooner, maybe then. Have fun. Goodbye.